What's up, beautiful Jellyfish? It's Tracy, and today we're going to be talking about if you're someone who's like just going to a tournament for the first time, or you're like, I want to make sure I have everything with me because I'm going to like this big tournament, especially if you're like staying overnight and you just want to make sure you have everything. And I'm not talking about like toiletries and stuff like that, like bring a shampoo. Actually, if you stay in a hotel, like they'll have shampoo, but like, you know, bring like toothpaste and like stuff like that. But I'm here to talk about like actual magic stuff, though I kind of lied because like I'm going to be talking about some non-magic things that I think you need to bring to tournaments. First thing, you need to bring a drink. Okay, let's be completely... It was just my dad and he scared me. Okay, basically, so the first thing that you need is a drink. I drink water. I drink a ridiculous amount of water. This is, I feel like sometimes I drink water in my videos. I don't know, sometimes I get like on tangents and I just like forget to drink water as I film, but I am constantly drinking water. This is by the brand Bobble. I love this stuff. I am totally not sponsored by them, though it would be really cool if I was sponsored by them because their stuff's awesome. I'm not cool enough to get sponsorships, let's be just completely honest. But yeah, anyways, like each of these filters, like the filters like come off. Mine's purpley, but you can get it in like a variety of colors, and it filters your water for you, and it's like really awesome. And this bottle is like huge. Like I don't even know how many ounces this thing is. I don't know if it's said on the packaging, but this thing's like huge. Look at this. Look at the size of my face, and like look at it. It's massive. But you basically just need a drink with you. I personally believe that having like water is just the best thing ever. Just because I feel like other drinks have got like sugar in them, and I know like some people need like caffeine and things like that. I'm just always like an advocate for water, though. I'm always someone who's like, drink water. Like I could be like a fitness coach. I could be like, guys, you need to drink water. Make sure you do that. Segue into the next point. We need some sort of drink is like the main point that I'm getting at. And I think bringing something like that, save the environment. Don't buy plastic water bottles. Don't buy plastic whatever. Just get a damn water bottle. Just do it, okay? Okay, good. Glad we had this conversation. Second thing that you need is you need food. You need snacks, because here's the deal, is you may not have time in between rounds. Your rounds may go like take the whole damn 50 minutes and you have no idea if you're like, can I get food? I don't really know. What if the lines are super long at like the venue that you're staying at or like whatever? You just want to make sure that you have snacks with you. Bring containers. Again, I'm an advocate for saving the environment. Ooh, I have a container right here. These are our lovely Snapware containers. In here, I have a Vanna White for you guys. I have cereal in here, but this is my favorite cereal actually. This is shredded wheat, personal favorite. It's from their little like wheat things. It's really good. I didn't finish this yesterday because I got a cinnamon. Oh my god, cinnamon buns are so good. But because it's from the place Cinnabon, and it's center of the roll. It is the best thing I've ever put in my body. It is like amazing. But yeah, bring a snack, because you know what? You have no idea if you're gonna have time in between rounds. You just want to make sure you have snacks with you. I like remember going to like a tournament and I had like a box of Cheerios with me, and I legit like in between rounds I was just eating from a box of Cheerios. Like that was me. Yeah, okay. Now let's talk about actual magic stuff that you want to make sure you do. I feel like in the past, I've known people who have written out their deck list beforehand. Checking to make sure that your deck list is set for the tournament that you're entering is like muy importante. You want to like double, triple check that you have 75 cards, because you have one additional card. Like, you know, I don't know what like the consequences are for that, but it's definitely not good. So you don't want to make sure that you have 75 cards. You got 60 in your main and 15 in your side. You just want to make sure that that's like what you're doing. Like you want to make sure that you don't have any additional cards in there. Check your deck before, you know, and like what's going on with that. Okay, another thing that you need is you need extra sleeves and extra perfect fits. This is where I keep my, stuff. This is from Ultra Pro, and I love this thing. If you can find something like this, I don't even know like what this, like a double deck box basically. So if you see it, there's like room for two 60 count decks in there if you wanted to, but like when I was playing Modern, I actually reorganized this so now it has like all my tokens in it, but like I had like my Modern deck here and then sideboard and tokens, but it got too crowded and I was like, I'm not even playing with this deck anyway, so like I took it apart. But basically in this little pouch I've got extra sleeves. These are actually extra sleeves for Tassiger. I just happen to have them on hand and they're not in the deck box. I don't know why they're in here. They're just kind of in here. And along with that, I've got extra perfect fits, assuming you're using perfect fits. And this is a segue into my next point with perfect fits, is make sure either all 75 of the cards are perfect fitted or none of them are, because it is, I don't know what the name of it is called. I don't know if it's like marking. I think it's called like marking your cards, where like you could put certain things in a perfect fit sleeve to add thickness to it so that you could potentially draw that card sooner and cheat. That's considered cheating and that's really bad. Don't do that. So make sure, like, because I've known people who've like innocently done it, like they don't know, but, and not like to accuse anyone, but like there are people who do that. So you're probably doing it innocently if you just like, hopefully you're doing it innocently and you just don't want to do that at all. So make sure it's either 75 or none. Ideally the 75. Make sure you perfect fit your cards, especially if you've got really expensive cards. So that's very important, and that's something that I would definitely have. Yeah, but this thing is really awesome. This is like one of my favorite things. I actually won this thing and it's really cool and I love it. So then this is my magic, oh, this thing is so heavy. This is my magic backpack. And I love it. It's from Very Badly. And I know most people are guys and probably will not want something like this. But I have my cool buttons. Do you guys want to see my buttons? First I have a Chibi Sora from Kingdom Hearts, because my favorite video game series. I've got a Chibi Loki. How cute. I've got all these ruby pins that Paul got in one of his like subscription box things. And then I got this from work because I work at Victoria's Secret. We have our Pink Nation, which is like our little app that you can download on your phone. So it says I'm in. And then I had a Link one that was down here and I don't know where it is because it fell off. But one of the things that I have in my, oh, there's some stuff that I actually forgot to talk about, so I'm glad I'm going through this, is your trade binder. I think it's really a good idea to have a trade binder on you. Mine's actually really big. I know that there's some people who get like smaller ones and then just bring a smaller one with really high value cards, but this is just all I have, and this is all like, I just keep all my trades and stuff like that in here. But this is a really good idea because you may find people who want to trade cards, and if you're going to a bigger venue, or you're going to a card store or whatever, like, you know, you may want to like trade in some of your cards and you may want to like get something. So I think bringing a trade binder is like a really good idea, and I would definitely recommend that. But yeah, I totally get people who get the smaller ones and that's what works for them. This just happens to fit in my backpack and I just don't mind because I have like quite a bit of stuff in here. I also have my Oblivion Ring collection in here, so that's kind of like a lot of stuff, but that's that. And then now that I'm kind of talking about it because I actually saw it, we've got your playmat, and I have my Tassiper playmat, which is like one of my favorite things that I own in this world. I actually just refuse straight up to use other playmats. Like I own 3 other playmats that I all got for free from like going to stuff, and I won one. I think I had like 2 or 3 extra playmats and I refuse to use them because it's not Tassiper. I'll show you guys for those who haven't seen my playmat. It's seriously like one of my favorite things that I own. But it's from Star City. This was given away in some sort of thing. But it's Tassiper and his little dog friend, whose name is Banana, because there are no bananas in this picture, but I'm pretty sure that's like a thing. Like his name is Banana, because Tassiper bananas. So that's great. I have that. Okay, this is something that I've recently started to think about in terms of going into competitive events. So I love tokens. I'm a huge fan of different sorts of tokens. I have a ton in here, guys. These are like all of my tokens that I have for various decks. Now, I'll talk about those actually in a second. Okay, so I have like a couple of different things. So the first thing I have is I have this random Yu-Gi-Oh token that I got from my friend Dimitri because I was like, yo fam, I want that. And Dimitri got like 5 of them. So I put it in like protective covering. Okay, that's on the floor now. Then I have tokens that my friend Dan made for me, which I love. First I have this beautiful jellyfish. I don't think I've ever shown this to you guys. And then this is a token that they made for me, and they're playing this game, and I don't remember what it's called, but they made a character who's named Tracy, and she's awesome, and she's a savage. So they made me a little Tracy token. I'm a Banshee, and I'm awesome in this game that I can't remember what they play. But yeah, basically, but these have the power and the toughness on them. And kind of like the point that I'm trying to get at is make sure you have tokens and you're using tokens that represent the correct power and toughness. So I have a ton of these Star City Creature Collection tokens that I'm absolutely in love with. There's some of my I loved it so much, I dropped it on the floor. But I love these things. I've got a ton of them. My personal favorite, probably the kitten, and it's on my little Wild and Free sleeve because real cute. And I also love the bunny because it's a bunny teaching and it's really cute. But yeah, like I have a ton of these. And what I really love about these is that they have the power and toughness. Now, let's talk about, these are custom tokens that I've personally made for myself. These are my tokens that I've made for myself. I've got Harley, I have Poison Ivy, and then I have Balor Club because Finn Balor is my favorite wrestler. And then I have, these I use for EDH. These are Vanguard cards, and I love these. Most of them are like awesome ladies, and the art is really pretty. I do not understand a single thing in this game. I do not get Vanguard at all. I don't understand it. Why I bought them is because they're really pretty. But basically, the issue with something like this in a tournament setting is that there is no way to represent here the power and toughness of this token. It's not a magic card. It's not a magic token. It's not designed for that. If I were to use one of my custom tokens and I added the power and, you know, the power and toughness on it, that would totally be fine. But yeah, something like this is not a good idea. So use something like these Star City ones. And if you like don't have any of these, just like go to your game store, and like my game store has like boxes of like just tokens that you can buy for like 50 cents, or you can buy tokens online and they're like a cent, most of them, depending on the token, but most of them are very inexpensive. I would really make sure, especially if you're someone who's using multiple tokens, like if you're playing like black white tokens or something like that, you know, you have different tokens. You have like Sorin Solemn Visitor, the 2/2 Knight tokens, and then you have like Bitter Blossom tokens, because like it matters. And you know, you want to be sure with your opponent that it's like, okay, I'm swinging with this 1/1 that's got lifelink, and this other 1/1 that doesn't have lifelink that has death touch instead. Like, you know, you just want to make sure you're fully communicating that. So I think it really is important in that sense. If you have especially a lot of tokens, you're properly communicating with your opponent and saying this is the 1/1 token. Because like I was playing EDH the other day, and I realized, but in my new lady deck I actually have quite a bit of token synergy going on, because Silver Queen makes tokens and there's a couple other cards now that make tokens, and it was kind of getting hard to keep track of the different types of tokens that I was making, because it was like, okay, well I have this one from Amara Angel, and I have these ones from Sliver Queen, and I have these ones from Hornet Queen, and I just happened to get those cards together, and I just had like all the tokens, and it was pretty great, but it was a little bit confusing, so making sure you can differentiate those different tokens is very important. Okay, perfect. Then we have dice. I have this little dice pouch from Star City Games. It's the little bunny that matches. How great is this? It is so cute. It matches the little bunny, and he's teaching, and he's so happy because he's like teaching. What I say all the time about my cat, I'm like, he's so happy. He's so warm because he loves being warm. He like is under the wood stove, or right now he's on top of our freezer because the top, if it gets warm, whatever. Okay, so basically in here I have some D20s, some random D20s from going to various pre-release events. So I've got like a couple of those in here. Mainly I use these for Super Friends actually, because they're very useful for Super Friends. Then I have these really awesome dice that I love that I bought from my game store. And then I have these, I don't remember the name of this, but it's like the Chessex brand, I think that's what it is. But these are the dice that I got. They're just like little tiny purple ones. Having dice is really convenient. One, to keep track of like any sort of like +1/+1 counters, -1/-1 counters, any sort of thing like that, and also to like roll at the start, you know, you want to make sure you have dice for that. And I don't know, I get really weird when people use my dice. I don't know if it's just like a me thing, but I kind of like, you should probably have your own dice, you know what I mean? This thing is like $6, it's not going to break the bank. Get your own set of dice, and they're going to last you forever. Like, I'm going to have this forever until I lose it or decide to buy new ones. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I probably won't, because they're purple and they're everything I need. Except for there are like mermaid ones. There are kind of like mermaid dice, and I need those because I'm a mermaid, in case you didn't know. So, yeah. Okay, then you want to talk about something you keep track of your life total with. Now, I did a whole video talking about keeping track of life totals, and in my opinion, the best thing you can do is paper and a pen. This is my little notebook. It's cute, it's flowery, you don't have to get flowers if you don't want to, you can get whatever you want. I'm into flowers, I didn't realize there were so many flowers in this, but this is how I keep track of life totals. It's just the best method that I found. I don't like other things. I do not like D20s. I think it's very inaccurate. The whole kind of spiel on why I think this is the best is if a judge comes over and needs to, you know, say, oh, what are the life totals, what's going on, like, because there's discrepancy for whatever reason, who are they going to believe? The person who has it in this little handy-dandy notebook, or the person who has a D20 where someone bangs the table and the D20s just get messed up? Phone is another really popular way of using that. I don't have a smartphone, so I don't, like, keep track of anything. I don't, like, do that. I mean, I could probably figure something out on my phone, but that's just way too much work, and you know, this is my phone. I don't have like a fancy, like, I just have a slide phone that people haven't seen this thing since like 2005, so it's very old. Probably not 2005, probably like sooner than that, or later than that, but yeah. Anything to keep track of your life total, like I said, I think this, in my opinion, is just the best thing to keep track of it. Boogie boards are another really popular thing. No, not boogie boards, where you go on the ocean and the beach. That reminds me of that song, Cake by the Ocean. One of my managers is really funny, and he says cake by the beach all the time, and it makes me laugh. I'm like, oh honey, it's cake by the ocean. But yeah, so that's that. And the last thing I want to say pretty much is to pack minimally. I think that's really important because you want to make sure that you have everything like condensed. Like all my magic stuff, like if I was going to a tournament or something, I could just bring my backpack and everything's right there. And I like don't, you know, I'll have like my water bottle that I carry, and then I have like my purse, which has like my wallet and stuff, but you know, it's just nice and minimal. Like keeping things in like one place I think is really nice. Like I remember before where I went to tournaments, I had like my school bag that I was using, and it was like a not like tote bag, like I don't even know how to describe this bag, but it was kind of like a flat bag, and it wasn't very, like it was long this way, but then it, when it curved to like, you know, have the handles and stuff, it wasn't that, didn't have that much fabric, but it was longer this way, so it held a bunch of stuff, but it just wasn't very effective and very efficient for like what I needed it for, because I really needed something compact. Also really like a backpack too, and I know some people like freaks them out using a backpack. I get very weird about using a backpack too, just because like someone can realistically like open up one of my slots. Realistically though, if someone opened up my, not my big pouch, because I feel like if someone opened up like on my backpack, if someone opened up like my big pouch, like I feel like I would just notice. Like I feel like that's something I feel, but if they opened up, I'd probably notice, but I don't know. You never know. But if they open up this pouch or like this one or this one, literally what they would get would be my dice and my box of tokens, which I don't really think this is very valuable to a lot of people. It's valuable to me, but I don't think this is valuable to many people, you know? So, it's just, I understand that. I know like a lot of people will take their backpack and they'll put it on like this. This should be the thumbnail. I think I'm gonna do this as the thumbnail. This would be really funny. I think I'll probably make it way cuter and not make it like this, but some people put their backpack on like this so they can have everything like in easy access. Kind of reminds me of like carrying a child, like those kind of child carrier things, which makes me laugh because I just think that's really funny. But yeah, packing minimally, making sure you're bringing kind of like the essential type of things. So yeah, guys, that was it. And if you want to see more of what's in this bag, I think I did a video actually on that bag and what I have in there. It's probably changed a little bit, but for the most part, like I have all like my decks, my EDH decks and stuff like that in there. Yeah, guys, that was it. I will talk to you later. Bye.